Hi guys, and welcome to another episode of Tasty Tuesday. Today we're doing another simple dish, but something that's a little more hearty, if you'll say. We're going to do some beef stroganoff. Now this is a fairly simple dish, and you can do this with either ground beef or just like chipped beef. But I like ground beef. Makes it feel, more homey. What we're going to start with are the noodles. So we already have the pot boiling over here. I like to make sure that my stuff is preheated before I start cooking. But yeah. And to that water, we're going to add a little bit of olive oil and a good bit of salt. And we're just going to use egg noodles. And I mean, you know who you're feeding. So I'm feeding myself for dinner and for lunch tomorrow. So, yeah, about enough to feed a family of 6. But, get those in there. Nothing fancy, just use your hands. I think it's kind of cool that they add a recipe for different things to the back of the packaging on a lot of these things. It's pretty cool. Egg noodles are a little bit different than your regular pasta noodles. They only need to boil for about 7 to 8 minutes. So we're going to go ahead and do 8 because I always like to make sure my noodles are a little more tender. Because I'm only throwing them in the other pan at the last second, once everything else is made, they're not going to cook much longer, so I'm okay with letting them get tender. If you want the noodles to soak in your stuff a little bit longer, cook it for about 6 minutes. Like, do a little less than what's recommended, and that really goes with just about any pasta, so that it doesn't overcook the noodle, because we don't want overcooked noodles. The next thing we are going to do is we're going to brown our ground beef. And I like to use either a 90-10 or a 93-7 mix. I like leaner meats. Don't like a whole lot of fat in my meat. And you can use a little bit of olive oil. And remember last time I said that your olive oil is ready when it's like water. Now you can add it hot like this with the pan nice and preheated. It works the same. So we are going to very carefully drop that in. And guys, make sure to break it up as it comes in the pan, or you're going to get a very nice sear on the bottom and then nothing on the rest of the meat. So you want to make sure to break that up. Now, because this is such low fat in the meat, I probably won't need to strain any of the grease out. But generally, if you're cooking with a higher fat percentage ground beef, you do want to try to go ahead and strain some of that grease out. That will completely change the flavor and the texture of your dish, and in my personal opinion, for the worst, but it will change the texture and the flavor a little bit. And of course, we do want to do this on medium heat. We never cook on high unless we're boiling noodles. And you do, please remember to stir your noodles. You do not want them sticking. Okay guys, and you want to make sure that your beef is completely brown before you start adding anything else to your mixture. If you start adding any of your wet stuff or any of your dry ingredients while you're trying to brown the beef, it may not brown all the way. It'll take longer. You just don't want to take the risk. It looks like our noodles are done, so we're going to go ahead and strain them, and we're going to put them to the side. With this, you can do one of two things. You can add it to your mix, which I like to do personally, or you can serve your stroganoff over the top of the noodles. And with this dish, we don't really need to save any of the pasta water. There's not a whole lot of starch coming off of that. There is a little bit, but not a whole lot. But we're going to be adding flour to our mixture later, so that'll help thicken everything up. And it looks like our beef is getting there. Woo, buddy, I might have to strain this. This is getting a little fatty. There we go, get the pan heating back up. And you don't have to shake a whole lot of this grease out. I like to get a good bit out. Don't like too much grease in there. Like I said, it messes with everything. And with our beef now shaken, get it back into the pan. Turn our heat back up, where we're going to add half a cup of beef broth to it. Some salt. I like a lot. And of course, we cannot forget the wonderful, the beautiful, fresh cracked black pepper. Get everybody mixed together, let them get to know each other. So we are also going to add our Worcestershire sauce. Typically you don't want too much. It's a kind of a strong flavor, but I like Worcestershire, so we'll add a good bit. That's about a tablespoon. And we want to heat this up a good bit. We want to make sure that all that moisture is cooking off so that this makes a gravy rather than a soup. So we got about a cup of our flour, and while this is cooking off some of that moisture, we want to go ahead and add that cup of flour to the rest of our beef stock. You get yourself a fork. You want to try to get the clumps mixed up a little bit. You're going to work it a little more once it gets into the mixture, but try to get those clumps out and just kind of gently coax everybody together. And don't worry if this gets kind of clumpy, because you're going to add it to more moisture. Lord, add a little more beef stock to that, and that'd be a beef gravy right there. See how it's kind of nice and thick? You could almost make a burger out of that. You put enough flour in there with that, and you make fried burgers that way. Don't know if that'd be the tastiest patty ever, but it'd be good. We're going to go ahead and open this spicy little can of cream of mushroom. Alright, so a good bit of our moisture has cooked off of the beef. Yeah, now we're talking. So we're going to go ahead and add. Woo! That just looks appetizing. Let me tell you what. Our cream of mushroom in there. And you can do this with fresh mushrooms and onion and a little bit of heavy cream. If you want to get fancy, this is a lot cheaper. This is the way I like it. You do it the way you like it. And don't be afraid to try a few different things with how you cook. I almost never follow exact recipes. I will get ideas from recipes, and I will get a general guideline from recipes, but almost never completely follow it. And you want to simmer this on medium high for just a few minutes, not too long. Oh, it's already starting to look delicious. I tell you what, this would probably go really good on biscuits. Maybe that's just because I'm Southern though. Maybe, who knows, who knows. We'll try it on biscuits one day. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and add the rest of our pie-ow in there. Our gravy mix. It's bubbling, it's churning, it is ready to be in my tummy. Let me tell you what, this is the kind of dish you come home to after a long, hard day at work. Let me tell you what, this dish right here will put a smile on just about anybody's face. And you kind of want to just stir everybody together. Like I said, real simple, real simple. You just got to watch it. You got to know what to put in there too. As you're starting to see things thicken up a little bit, you want to cut your heat back some. Go ahead and add you a half cup of sour cream. You just kind of want to get that stirred in, and this is pretty much ready. Okay, so we are going to cut the heat. Make sure everything is stirred up nice and good. And this is ready to go. Get some of our egg noodles here. Gonna get us a nice heaping scoopful. For our garnish, we're gonna add some parsley flakes. Now, fresh parsley is a little bit better than, you know, the flake parsley, but fresh is always better. And don't that just look inviting? Alright guys, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Please like and comment down below. Subscribe to the channel. The link for my Discord will also be down below. Thank you guys for watching. Have a good day.